Are the Jets going to make the playoffs? Well, Saleh said we control our own destiny, but that's not exactly true here. If we sweep, everybody else sweeps, we don't make the playoffs. I'll get into that in just a second. We're coming off a tough loss against Minnesota in Minnesota. We're coming off a tough loss against Buffalo in Buffalo. It all seems like very bad news, but we have a lot of good news. First, good news. We have a team that plays well on the road against top teams. We have a team that plays hard. We have a team that plays until the end. We are a good team. Oh my God. Who would have believed it back in August? Only we crazy Jet fans thought so. I mean, the pundits thought we'd have the first pick in next year's draft. And here we are playing. And as Saleh says, it's the little things. We got to learn not to fumble. We got to learn to score when we're in the red zone. And we got to keep away from the penalties, the dumb bonehead penalties, the dumb bonehead plays. But I say it's the ability to win. We have to believe we could win. That's the only way we're gonna win. And we have to win if we're gonna make the playoffs. We're not gonna back in. That's just not gonna happen at this point. First of all, between Cincinnati and Baltimore, one of them is going to take the division. One of them is going to take the first wild card slot because they're 2 games ahead of us and they have the tiebreaker. So we have to pick up 3 or 4 games. It's just not going to happen in 4 games. So that takes up 1 wild card slot. The next is the Chargers. They look doable because we're tied with them, but they have more conference wins, or they will, than we do. We'll have more losses than them. So they have the tiebreaker against us, and they have a super easy schedule. They play Tennessee, Indianapolis, the Rams, and Denver. So I just don't think we're going to catch the Chargers. We could, but it's going to be very hard, even if we sweep. They would have to lose one. I think they have a better, easier schedule. It's just going to be super tough, but we might be able to pass the Chargers. Long shot. And then the next thing is we take a look at Miami and New England. Now, you might think New England's easier to catch, but Miami is actually easier because we play them again. If we beat them, we're tied with them, but we have the head-to-head matchup won, so we would go ahead of Miami, but that's not enough. We also need to go ahead of New England. That's going to be very tough to get past both of them, but if we sweep, we have Miami. That's in the bag. We control our own destiny with regards to Miami. With regards to New England, we don't control our own destiny if we both sweep. They have the head-to-head, obviously. The good news is that they have the Raiders, they have Cincinnati, they have Miami, and they have Buffalo, except for the Raiders. Those are really, really tough playoff teams. So there's a good chance New England's going to drop 1 or 2. We have to do 1 better than them. So what I'm saying is if we sweep, we take Miami, and I think New England will lose a game. If we lose a game, and it can't be against Miami, if we lose a game, I do think Miami's going to lose 1 other of the 3. They play some tough teams in there, and I think New England could lose 2. They could, and we could get in there with 10 wins, but I do think it's going to take 11. I think we're going to have to sweep. You never know in the NFL, crazy things happen, but that's just what it feels like to me. We don't control our own destiny. That's for sure. I mean, we lose the tiebreaker against the Chargers. We lose the tiebreaker against New England. So we need help from one of them to do worse than us, and we have to beat Miami. We have to beat them. That's going to be an amazing game because when we play it, we'll know exactly where we are. They will know where they are, and it's going to be brutal. But personally, that's just too much looking at the scoreboard for my taste. So I think what we need to do, let's just take the next 3. Let's put ourselves in the best position to win, and then let's beat Miami and go to Buffalo in the playoffs with a 4-game win streak and a chip on our shoulder. Hey, listen, I'm sure you have a lot to say about what I just said. Please comment below. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't. And please smash the notification bell. And oh, check out this video over here that has a poem I did, an ode to Mike White. Go Jets.